This is the NL iceberg. Although there is certainly more to cover, the most notable events are included here. Kid Kong shower. This one refers to when Kid Kong live-streamed himself showering recently. He showed his pubes and his face. Kid Kong drunk LARP. This is when Kid Kong pretended to be drunk by drinking vodka offered by his friends. To this day, he still insists he was drunk as if it's something to be proud of. Mandem NPC. This is basically what's still going on, NL members talking like Mandem religiously, using the words poo, wat, nigga, etc. exaggerately in an attempt to be funny. This also can refer to David and Poogle trawling the Holy Land as Mandem NPCs, later dropping a diss track which will be discussed later. Fortnite. The NL Fortnite period. Koi, Rex, David, H8R, and even Tata Puyu played Fortnite daily because of the updates and OG update. Holy Land 2024. The Holy Land server 2024 has way more security measures and it focuses around Israeli debates, not likely to be deleted any soon. AC is a friend of Poogle from TikTok, who got him closer to religion and taught him debating. As he is one of the best online apologetics out there, AC references date back to the NL server V1, which will be explained later. Religion era. The religion era is going on right now. Daily religious chats on NL group chat, as well as debates and mocking Muslims, or Randy dropping his stupid takes, poop pics. Name says it all. Kid Kong, Mac, Rex, and other people sent poop pics in the Holy Land, NL, DMS, and so on because it was funny. H8R mask. H8R recently bought a ski mask and edged us with a half-face reveal. That's pretty much it. Senior D Jew. This is when Senior D got made fun of for being a Jew, ironically, and called a smoker by Randy and everyone else, creating the iconic smoking sticker Randy sends Wendell's diary. Wendell is a 37-year-old YouTuber that the Mandem decided to troll. They took it too far and now feel bad after they raided his server and did other bad stuff to him. Eekers. Eekers was one of the main NL members. He was in all of the GCs until something happened. His downfall will be explained later on. Tata Puyu. Tata Puyu was first introduced by David, who knows him in real life in NLV2 to Pugle's request. He stopped being added to group chats until NLV20 or so, where he stayed few days. Then he got kicked. TP Funny Era. This is when Tata Puyu used to say funny sentences out of context, such as David's phobia, fear of fatherless children, which was funny at the time. He had more funny moments in NL server V1 on online tests. This happened multiple times and became a tradition in NL. Basically, we did online tests for mental illnesses on IDR labs and share our results. Cracker Legion. Cracker Legion was a rebrand of NL after it got to around 15 versions. David did this for no reason at all, but we turned to NL back once again. Randy and Koi. The context here is that they joined NL at the same time almost, Randy being 1 week earlier because of his arguments and Koi being added after David insisted to, as Poogle didn't want her in. They also came from the same place. Soycord Pandem Distracks. When David and Poogle joined Tagel to troll. As Mandem NPCs, they dropped a diss track. The next day made with text-to-speech, then David dropped another one. The next day also with text-to-speech, and at last David dropped another one. Feet Mandem Foop. Foop was a temporary NL member. He got added in an old version of NL, possibly around V8, and he started talking about TMT, leading to TTB existing. Later he got added again but removed after 10-minute sex talks. Sex talks are one of the few things keeping NL group chats alive. We once had a 2-hour sex talk that didn't contribute to anything, but we got a lot of pins. Randy edits. Self-explanatory name. Randy to this day spams Nazi edits of his that nobody watches. He reposted them millions of times and never gets new edits. Andreas Hupe. Andreas Hupe was an alt account of Randy that he used to LARP as a crypto scammer. However, it was obvious and he replaced you with UO. Later on, we found out it was Randy. H8R drugs. This refers how H8R used to consume drugs and post them. He would also chat after consuming them. He is now sober and has quit drugs. NL Server V2. After the success that came out of the first NL server, a second one was created. However, this one did not succeed due to several reasons, one of them being Mach revolting and stealing the members. My Crew. After the Sussy Crew schism, which will be discussed in more detail later on, My Crew, which is a group chat containing the opponents of NL during the schism, was created. The group chat gained very little activity and is irrelevant compared to NL. GDW. GDW is an individual who was present in the first NL server and in several NL group chats. Due to his very uninteresting behavior, his presence in NL group chat was disputed, and he is no longer a member. Ekers's downfall. Ekers started falling down in late 2023, when he started having more left-wing takes and chatting rarely. It all started when he wanted to have a glow-up, specifically losing weight as he was morbidly obese for his age. Ekers blocked David and Poogle in the end, and he doesn't have any intention to come back. Israel Legion. Israel Legion was yet another attempt to recreate the success of NL Server V1. This one worked out for the first week or two, but it started going down as Mach decided to resurrect TMT. Israel Legion was a public server to bait Arabs into debating about Israel. Yoke and Newbie. They were two very loyal NL members. They were in the first GCs until recently, when they stopped being active and chatting, resulting in their replacement. Newbie pretty much quit the internet and rarely comes online, while Yoke just plays Roblox non-stop. Rex. Rex was a temporary member of NL. His removal was due to his constant griefing on Minecraft and having other better member options. Siegfried, the literal arch-nemesis of Randy, known for his insane liberal views and Randy's obsession with him. NL Server V1. This is probably the biggest success of NL in history and will most definitely stay as that. The server was created originally for Poogle to show Yoke something, but more people started joining and it quickly turned into an active chatting server. In its greater days, the daily average of messages would even reach 6 to 8K. A lot of funny messages and events happened on the server, which went on from May to July. The server died slowly and is now abandoned. MC Server. This one can refer to multiple MC servers, quite a lot of them. They were made along NL servers and other servers belonging to David. The official NL server V1 MC server was working well, but that led to its death partially. The most successful one was Primus MC, made by Mach as an Earth SMP, but that lasted 1 month. The Sussy Crew. This is NL and My Crew before the schism. Further information will be provided in the explanation for the schism. Poogle Creepypastas. This refers to the ironic creepypastas created by Poogle over the span of a year. It originally just started as an inside joke about Joe Motherson made by Poogle and restored. Poogle's creepypastas are about Joe, Newbie, David, and Tata Puyu. There were originally 2 creepypastas about Joe Motherson, however one got taken down by YouTube and remains lost. The Schism. This refers to when the Sussy Crew, which was mentioned earlier, split into NL and My Crew. The schism took place because of bad relation and arguments in between the members, and a distancing in interests. Holy Land V1. This was the first version of the Holy Land. It was made by Mach, right after Mach. Club died as an anarchy server with little to no rules. It later got deleted, and Mac's and Senior D's accounts got deleted too. Newbie religious debates. This happened during early NL group chats. Newbie, Poogle, and David were arguing religion as Newbie was the only Muslim in the group. At that time, none of them had serious knowledge, so the debates were just for fun. Mach Club. Mach Club was Mach's hangout server attempt after TMT was finally over. Mach had a YouTube channel as well and made funny videos, even Roblox pornography, which was funny at the time. The server eventually died and Mach created the Holy Land V1 Camp. Camp was a Roblox tournament or competition made by GDW in 2022 for fun. At first, it consisted of teams of 4 competing in challenges gave by GDW. The challenges used to be stupid, like how many colors are in these flags, but people could just Google it. Eventually, Camp changed its system over and over, getting to the group system of 1v1s in various Roblox games, mostly hosted by David. Camp stopped working now because the participants got bored. Therefore, we had a ton of unfinished camps. TMT. TMT, known as the Messy Trolls, was the exogenesis of everything. TMT was a Roblox rating group made by Make. People rated cafes and other games. David joined among the first members. Later on, the group has grown and had active chats. TMT also had a Nazi era, where most of us became closer, leading to NL existing 1 year after TMT fell. Joe pin streak. There's not much to talk about here. Joe was in his peak of being funny, and he got 20+ pins in a row in NL V3 V4 for his out-of-context messages. Scary vid streams. This doesn't refer to a specific event, but to something we used to do in various servers. We would join VC and stream scary videos on YouTube. During one of the sessions, Yoke had a tab open with furry porn, which was obviously intentional, but it was indeed hilarious. NLGC terrible member layout. This has 2 references, the main one being recently when we had Akita, instead of Tata Puyu, or restored as Pugel suggested. This caused Pugel to leave the GC until David fixed it. The other could also refer when we had Artur in the GC. Roblox got rid of the OF. The origin of this was a TikTok video singing about Roblox removing the off sound effect. Invisible first sent it in the GC, and it caused everyone to spam it as a joke. Randy docs. I won't go into details on this one. Randy got doxed for pissing someone off in the Holy Land while gambling. Lost archives. This one refers to the lost group chats of NL. When a GC reached max pins, we made another one. We reached about 20 in the first part, then 10+ in the other. Sadly, David and Pugel's accounts got deleted, losing access to some of the archives with funny messages. Eaker's poop fetish. Funny title. This isn't what you think it is. It's basically when Pugel and Eakers talked in detail about consuming poop and diarrhea before his downfall. We tried bringing this up to make Eakers come back, but it didn't work. Trump champion. Finally, the OG NLA member. We needed a replacement in the older NLGCs and Pugel decided to add him. He was active at first, but then stopped talking fully. We still added him to 1 or 2 GCs, but he didn't talk. We haven't heard of him since. Clanton. Clanton was another OG NL member. He was in most of the GCs until Cracker Legion. We stopped adding him as he lost all his activity. Nowadays, he's LARPing as a furry and plays history war games. Restored. Restored was introduced by Pugel, who knows him in real life. Firstly in TPS that will be discussed later, and then he got added to our GCs as a replacement. He stopped being added to groups recently too. Gerg. Short term for the Gay Egg Religion group, which was made by David and Yoke in an attempt to copy TMT. Their raids usually failed or were disappointing. The main focus of the group was making egg games, mostly with free models. There's more to explain on this topic in details. Artur. Artur was a friend of Yoke and Newbie. Just like other members, he was a temporary one, being only in 1 GC. He was being unfunny and spamming a picture of a cat, then disappearing. That's pretty much it. Yoke Food Talks. Again, the name says it all. This refers to our chats with Yoke about foods, where we dropped our takes on different foods, which kept the chat alive. Yoke would usually join conversations just for this, resulting in the fat jokes, Match Randy beef. Mac and Randy have always been beefing because of Randy's insane political beliefs. However, this entry refers to the Minecraft beef. On the Israel Legion MC server, Match got mad at Randy all of a sudden, and deleted the general channel, banned and blocked Randy, and not unblocking him weeks later. Yoshi. Yoshi was introduced by Amba and my crew on Armored Patrol. David agreed to it, and was pretty close to him until Yoshi started hating David for no reason, resulting in Amba kicking David out of my crew permanently. Clanton Roblox porn. During this era, Clanton was sending Roblox Napoleonic Army group porn gifs he found on the Discord servers of the groups. We once begged him to send entry point porn to piss off Yoshi, and he did. Pugel demed Yoshi the video, and Yoshi pretended he didn't see it. Pugel YouTube channel. Pugel's YouTube channel. The one this is being uploaded on. This entry refers to the funny videos such as the Joe Motherson vs. Pugel debate, and the creepypastas as well as other videos. David and D NMS. What does this mean? This is when David and D played No Man's Sky for days non-stop, killing the chat with their conversations. Mach was gonna join them on the 27th, but by that time the server died, and the game got boring. Doxing era. We got deeper now. The doxing era began during the TPS era, which is deeper in the iceberg. Pugel and David would steal people's IPs and even try to find their exact house. This was because they were annoying kids. We even stole Roblox accounts and make a kid depressed. The invisible snitching. This entry refers to that time when TMT was still standing. David and Pugul got mad at Mock and made a GC against him with Invisible. Invisible ended up snitching about the group and adding Mock to it just for a free rank in TMT. We had beef with Invisible but fixed it later on, and now he's one loyal member. TMB. This was a misspell in the iceberg. It is about TMS, which is basically the Morbin Squad. That was an attempt at rebranding the Sussy crew, but it failed horribly and ended in yet another dead server. Redo. The Redo incident was unknown to most NL members. To explain it, Redo was a friend of Restored who knew how to dox people. We wanted to negotiate with him to dox someone, but Pugul went too far and said weird stuff that made Redo dox Pugul instead because David snitched on him out of reflex. Later, we found out Redo didn't actually dox Pugul, and it was Restored playing a prank on him by editing the messages. Camp X. Camp X was a horrid attempt of a camp. David thought changing the name and the whole system would make it work. Having the same members and system makes it boring. Of course it failed. Soycord. Soycord was another server of Makes, inspired of the Holy Land. It had the invite, Soyjack, until they got banned because of an inside job. People posted illegal stuff, so the server and all members got deleted. Nowadays, Soycord is known as the Holy Land, TSC servers. Before the schism, TSC had their own servers. Just like NL group chats, once one failed or died, another one was made. TSC had about 15 server versions until the schism happened. Most of the servers are permanently lost. NL prototype GCs. This refers to the few group chats before the schism that had a similar purpose and layer as NL group chats. TPS. TPS is a Roblox football game where David met Restored as they both were invited by Pugul into FCSB. The game is now dead, and so is the community NFT Legion. NFT Legion is most likely one of the earliest prototypes of NL. It consisted of mostly account hijacking and other scams. Its members needed to have NFTs as their PFPs. Goomba. Goomba was a former TMT member and one of the best friends of Joe Motherson. Pugul met him in January 2021 and instantly saw him as a funny individual. Over time, he became softer and ended up blocking everyone and ghosting. Although he had a few returns, none of them lasted, and he is now a mere memory of what once he used to be. The Coon. The Coon used to be a mildly active The Messy Trolls member in early 2021, and he was great friends with Pugul. Him and Pugul talked with each other privately until the Coon came with the idea to harass one of his supposedly transgender classmates. Pugul agreed. A few weeks later, which was in early March, the Coon's plan was finally in the position to take place. Pugul informed David about the plan, and he agreed. Everything went as expected until the Coon's classmates snitched on him, which resulted in the Coon getting banned from the internet by his parents for a long time. Before his departure, he left an emotional goodbye message that is now, unfortunately, lost. Over time, he moved on and blocked David and Pugul on Roblox. Although he once accepted David's request, he said that he no longer wishes to be friends or be affiliated with us. At the moment, there is very little hope of his return. Pugul's Senior D beef. Pugul didn't want Senior D in NL originally due to him believing that David and other members of the group chat overrate him too much. Herman Lakehunt. He used to be an internet troll who made bait video regarding the recent deaths of popularities. He was friends with Foodistsen. Pugul joined their troll server and chatted there, harassing the children who joined to defend Technoblade. One night, while Pugul was chatting, a famous YouTuber by the name of DJ Cook joined the server unexpectedly. Pugul started spamming him alongside other trolls. Some of the spamming messages made it into DJ Cook's expose video, which now sits with millions of views. Some of the messages shown in the video were right next to Pugul's messages. Death Itself. Death Itself was a kid in TMT who joined and was mad at us raiding. He pretended to be a dangerous hack and uploaded a video called Hacking 1, where it was a YouTube video of someone typing green in Python. Then he posted Hacking 2, where he used a prank website to pretend he's hacking TMT and stealing all of their passwords. To this day, we don't know if he was baiting or not, but to mock him, Jax made an account named Hacks, where he behaved like death itself. TMT versus EGR. This entry is talking about the TMT versus EGR. Epic Green Raiders War. Mach decided to recreate TMT after the first version died, and it lasted some good months. However, Aegir, their past ally, declared war between the raiding groups. Tempt utterly destroyed them in raid size and activity, winning the war. SL. And the final one. Scum Legion was another Roblox raiding group that, although TMT didn't ally, other TMT allies such as EGR or TPT did. As the name suggests, there was wild stuff going in that server. The owner even got doxxed, and some people had to move out because of that. Scum Legion was the biggest raiding group with well over 3K members. This server also gave birth to Mandom.